What's up everyone, Jason Brown here, the king of programming, back for another program review, and we are in the Playbook app checking out another hypertrophy-based program, and we're gonna start right now. All right, guys, we are talking about another program in the Playbook app. And my last review, I reviewed a hypertrophy, a bodybuilding program, and I wanted to review another bodybuilding program in the Playbook app right after that one on purpose. So I am checking out today. This is Jeremy Potvin, and this is Power Split Training. I like the name of it already, and we're gonna go through whether or not this is a good program. On the last video, I asked you guys, could you put in the amount of effort that's needed, keeping 1 to 2 reps in the tank for all of those exercises and all of those sets? And the feedback was very interesting. So I wanted to check out another program that was similar in nature and to give you guys some options as to, if you're focusing on hypertrophy, we need to know what programs we should do. Should we kill ourselves in that quest to get better, to gain more muscle, or is there a smarter way? And I will tell you, I believe there is a smarter way. Now, for context, I am not a bodybuilder, nor do I want to be a bodybuilder. Back in my 20s, I considered competing in bodybuilding, and I trained actually with a professional bodybuilder for 6 months, and I absolutely hated it. I actually got worse. My gains from that training were worse than my normal training, which was using more of a functional style conjugate training. And lo and behold, there is physiological reasons why. We all respond differently. We have different makeup of type 1, type 2 muscle fibers, so our slow twitch versus fast twitch. And that predisposes us to different things. Now, if I had known then what I know now, I could have probably taken a traditional bodybuilding split and made it a little bit more unique to me, where I could get more from it. But needless to say, I was doing a lot of volume. I was doing ultra high repetition training. And again, this was a long time ago. I'm 41, almost 42 years old. This was when I was in my 20s. So there certainly wasn't as much known. We didn't have things like YouTube back then. We didn't have all of this stuff right at our fingertips like we do now. So it was a very different time. I got a lot of my education back then, back in the early 2000s on T-Nation, believe it or not. And that was a site that had a lot of some of the best coaches at the time were writing on that site. So a lot of the information that we were getting wasn't as readily available as it is today. Needless to say, body part split is not a style of training that I enjoy doing. But I think that if that's a style that you enjoy and you want to do, then by all means, you should do it. I think that there are always multiple ways to skin the cat. And I don't think that any style of training that I promote is necessarily the right fit for everyone. So just want to get that out of the way. When I do these reviews, I'm not here to shit on someone. I'm here to look at the fundamentals of program design. I think there are tons of bad programs on the internet and people don't know. I did a review of Matt Fraser's program that people are still commenting on and defending him. That program is complete. It is a terrible program. I don't care what your goals are, CrossFit, building your base, GPP, you name it, that is a terrible program. It is lacking so many things. Watch that review if you want. If you don't, I don't care. But either way, that is a terrible program, and there are people coming out of the woodwork saying it's a great program. Guess what? You are wrong. It is a terrible program. So without further ado, when I look at these programs, I look at the fundamentals of program design. That makes it a lot harder for me to be biased. And fundamentals are exercise selection, exercise order, sets, reps, and resting rules, conditioning, how that stuff plays out. Is there a framework? Those are things that make up the basic design of a program. Now from there's a ton of nuance. There's a ton of different ways that we can go. We can leverage different methods, a lot of different things that we can use to really put the cherry on the sundae, so to speak, with the training program. And I just see people just making workouts. They're not making programs. The Playbook app as a whole is full of workouts. You want a training program, probably not gonna be the mecca of training programs in the Playbook app. You probably need to go elsewhere for that. But I have seen some pretty decent programs in here. There's a few that come to mind, but we're not gonna talk about those today. We're gonna talk about this one. So you're gonna wanna hang around to the end of this video because I'm gonna talk about why this program is either a program you throw in the trash or it's a program that you should follow to get better gains. So without further ado, let's look at the structure. We've got, and for context, this is the Power Split Training. It's a 4-week program. It consists of shoulder, arms, back, legs, chest. That's a 5-day split, okay? Hopefully you guys can count. Our first day is shoulders. It says 90 minutes. I'm already pleasantly surprised there's only 4 exercises. When you see a program that consists of 4 exercises, you have 2 sets of the population. You have people that are older, that have been training for a long time and see, yes, I can put in the effort. I know if there's only 4 exercises, I'm gonna put in the effort. To be honest, I actually get through the first 3, and I do this in my own training. I get through the first 3 exercises and I'm usually pretty well spent. Again, to each their own, but when I see 4 exercises, I know that I'm gonna be able to put in the effort and really be true with reps in reserve. Now, what are the 4 exercises? Reverse pec deck flies, dumbbell seated shoulder press, dumbbell lat raise, cable upright row. So for a shoulder day, these are not the exercises I would have chose if you said you've got 4 exercises to choose for a shoulder day, these probably aren't the ones I would have chosen, but needless to say, they're here. So I think the order is potentially off. I would have went with that shoulder press first. We need longer rest. 45 seconds rest is not long enough, and the volume is overkill. We have right around 70-ish so repetitions, and it's a fair amount of volume with only 45 seconds rest, especially if you're using a heavy load, okay? Guys out there that are watching that are strong, that are gonna be pressing a fair amount of weight for their seated shoulder press, please tell me if you can do 70-ish reps with resting 45 seconds. And these are, again, 12 to 15 rep sets. So I think that is off. Dumbbell lat raise for 5 sets of, again, same rep scheme. And actually this entire day is the same rep scheme. Everything is 45 seconds rest. Okay, it's a red flag. Everything shouldn't be the same rest. And 45 seconds for most exercises is probably not going to be enough rest. Now, there's been some research recently that, we had research that talked about longer rest intervals. Now we have research that shows that you can get the same gains in strength and hypertrophy if you rest 90 seconds to 2 minutes. So it's all over the place. And this is why research is a great thing to have, but it's not the end all. We need to also rely on practical experience. And if we just think about basic energy systems, we need to rest longer if we're doing a big pattern. Big pattern for me for a press day or delt day is the shoulder press. Now, not everyone can press a barbell, but there are certainly some things that we could use to leverage, like dumbbells. I think that overall, we've got the same rep schemes and same rest intervals. That to me is a red flag. I think the best thing that this has going is that it's only 4 exercises, so I know I can put the effort in. However, the reps are way too high to be doing that. You are going to run into local fatigue issues, especially with 45 seconds rest. If these were 2 minutes rest, I'd say probably have a better chance of getting this done. So let's move on. If you are someone that is serious about training and you're looking for peak results year round without having to sacrifice your body, download my free 3-week programming sample. The link is in the comments. Oh man, I was hoping that this was gonna be a good one. And you know what, maybe it'll turn it around, but already when I see that it's the same rest interval for every exercise in the same rep scheme, that to me is a turnoff. I don't program the same exercises with the same schemes. We have things like muscle physiology. I know, what a novel idea to know that muscles are all different. They're not the same. Our glutes have different percentage of type 1 versus type 2 muscle fiber compared to our hamstrings. These are things that we can know and leverage. Now, does that mean that we're gonna only program high reps for the glutes because they're more type 1? No, but this is something that we can lean on. And when I see the same rep scheme for every single exercise, I know that there's probably a lack of understanding here. So let's look at this next day. This is an arm day. So we did a lot of pressing, did some rear delt work. This is, guys, it's the same rep scheme. So 15, 15, 12, 12, 15, 15, 12, 12. 45 seconds, 45 seconds, 45 seconds, 45 seconds, 45 seconds, 45 seconds. Let's move on. Back day. Okay, guys, this back day has no rep schemes. I'm assuming this is a typo. There's no rep schemes on this back day, but I'm gonna bet that it's 15, 15, 12, 12, whatever that scheme was. High reps with 45 seconds rest. So this day is neutral grip lat pull down, single arm iso row, conventional deadlift. The biggest movement of the day is the third pattern of the day. Underhand grip lat pull down, hammer strength row, V-bar pull down. Let's move on. I don't know, the comments said, someone said they loved it. I mean, how do you love it? You don't even know what you're doing. There's no reps and rest intervals. This day is leg extensions, leg press, single leg hamstring curl, only 4 exercises. Barbell back squat is last. I mean, I don't know really what to say on this. I like that it's only 4 exercises. Anytime I see 4 to 6 exercises, I tend to think it's more realistic to put the effort in. And again, I'm not talking about anyone can do junk volume, anyone can do workouts. Can you put in legitimate effort and look yourself in the mirror and say, you know what, I was close to failure with that exercise. Again, I don't know what's happening with that workout. There's no schemes. And maybe I'm missing something. I'm a human being, guys. I might miss something in here. There might be some extra explanation, but the first 2 days had sets and rest intervals, sets, reps, and rest intervals. So I don't know why these days don't. And then we've got a chest day, which again has no sets and reps, rest intervals. We've got a dumbbell flat bench, incline cable fly, dumbbell incline bench. Again, I don't know what I'm looking at here. So unfortunately, this is gonna be a shorter review, but I think you guys know where I'm gonna go with this one. So let's talk about the pros of the program. Pros are that there is a structure in place, and some days there's 4 exercises, which I like. And again, it really ensures that you can be true to the effort. Now, for those of you that are watching that think that you need more exercises, you are wrong. You do not need more exercises. And the older I get, the longer I've been in this game, 20 plus years now, I have never thought I need more exercises. I actually have gotten lower on both exercise selection, so the amount of exercises I use within a training program, as well as how many is in a session. Now, generally speaking, I'm in the 4 to 6 range. It's funny, from 5 to 6, there's a distinct difference for me. And you might think I'm crazy saying this, but from 5 to 6 exercises, I find for me, Jason Brown, 5 exercises is a sweet spot. My programs generally consist of 5 to 6. I have some days that might be only 4 because we're doing something very big, a big deadlift or what have you. But needless to say, that's kind of where I fall. For me personally, I find 5 is a sweet spot. I can go really hard on the majority of what's there, and usually 3 to 5 sets. If I'm doing a 5x5 squat, I might be building to a 5RM, or I might be doing some speed work with 5 sets of 3 or what have you, Olympic lifting. I might be doing 8 sets of 2, so more sets but lower reps and a little bit more rest. So there's a lot of things to consider there. So I think the pros are that some of the days are reasonable in terms of how many exercises, but the volume is just crazy. You're doing 5 sets for every exercise with only 45 seconds rest, and they're all high rep. There's nothing low rep. And the other days I can't see. So, I mean, how can I judge those? So the cons of the program are, we're missing details, number one. So if I don't know what the sets, reps, and rest intervals are, and maybe there's somewhere I'm not looking, but I'm showing you guys what I see. I don't see anything here. Pec deck fly, I'm clicking on it. I don't see anything. And it's a single arm. I don't know what is there. I don't know what I'm doing. So, and I'm actually just curious now to see the comments. If I had a day like this in my programming, I would have like 100 comments. What am I doing? We have people that are asking questions all the time about subtle things, not even as something as glaring as this. So I don't know what these days are, but I'm gonna go out on a limb because the first 2 days, 3 days had the same rep schemes and the rest intervals, that it's probably the same. So either way, the cons of this program are volume's too high, rest intervals are off, exercise order, fundamentals are all off. Just forget about it. Throw the fundamentals in the trash. There's no fundamentals with this program. This is an easy pick for me, rejected program, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Remember, results are king.